Hi guys, this is Alex Costa with A&R Design, and today on this super dreary cold April, we are doing a quick and dirty review on the Palmetto State Armory Rock 5.7 pistol. This pistol is a very affordable 5.7 pistol, coming in around in this configuration around 570 bucks. I think PSA does like daily deals. It's their daily deal program email campaign, and very often you'll find this gun with a Holosun 407K mounted for $599. So at least from what I've observed on the internet, there's a lot of value that comes with these guns. Comes with two 23 round steel magazines. This is my first time shooting the gun, first time loading it up. The mags were easy to load. You can load them from the top just like an AR mag. And 23 round capacity with a metal magazine is pretty nice. This one is threaded barrel suppressor height sights, and we do have a suppressor today. We're going to be running a Dead Air Mask 22 on this pistol later in the review. But initial opinions and thoughts and feel. The magazine release is in a great spot. The trigger doesn't feel that bad. The ergonomics are really nice on the gun. The slide stop is easy to access. It's a very comfortable gun to hold. I do wish the grip texturing was a little bit more aggressive, but it does have a palm swell to it outward and rearward. So it feels really, really nice in the hands. Nice open trigger guard. It's got a trigger blade safety there, similar to your Glocks. The trigger itself has a nice short reset. It's got a little bit of creep before it hits the wall. Trigger press doesn't feel like it's more than 6 or 7 pounds. I didn't check it. It doesn't feel that heavy. Takedown is this little lever here on the bottom of the gun. Pull down. Make sure that trigger's pulled. You only have to push it forward about a 1/2 inch, and you can lift it out. The rails are there. Put it back together. Easy as that. The recoil spring on it's really nice and soft. It's a 5.7. It's a spicy round, but a really soft shooting cartridge. Man, 3-slot Picatinny rail. Gotta shoot it. Everything about it just kind of like looks and feels good. So right now at the price point that we're observing on the internet, for what I feel in the gun, feels like it's well worth it. So let's shoot it, test it out, and I'll give you my feedback. Typically like suppressor height sights, I'm not crazy about them. In general, like obviously I like optics, but shooting this gun at 25 yards, you know, it's an 8-inch group. It's not great. The bulk of the rounds impacting are in a 6-inch ring. I mean, it's not terrible. Drop that one. Do some headshots. Yeah, so dialed it in there on the headshot bit. I'm pushing the trigger a little bit to the left. As I'm pressing the trigger, I'm pushing it a little bit, so that's why I'm kind of drifting left. Let's shoot at the 50. I think the sights are a tiny bit off, just a hair. I'll shoot at the 35. So elevation wise, it's right on where I have it for elevation, but it is a little left. It could be the sights. Yeah, they do look like they're a hair off. But I mean, out of the box factory gun, it's plugging everything I aim at. It's a soft shooter. We're running, crap, I forget what these are American Eagle 40 grain? 47 grain? I do not remember. I bought 10,000 rounds of 5.7 when, what is it, the U.S. Secret Service switched out of P90s, and American Eagle was offloading all the ammo, so I got this ammo for like crap, 30 cents a round or something like that. It's like scary expensive now. Mags load easy, gun feels good, trigger's decent. And again, this is first rounds to the gun. Mags will get easier to load. Trigger, I'm sure the gun will get softer over time. For how it feels, how the trigger is, how the slide is, for a sub $600 suppressor ready 5.7 pistol, it's got a lot of value in it. Cycle's really nice. Let's put a can on it. Sorry, YouTube. We're censoring you right now. All right, first stoppage. Looked like a failure to extract. The round was sitting on top of the mag, stuck open. The round had fired and did not eject. So I'm having a stoppage here. It's just not ejecting. It's almost like it doesn't have enough gas, or it's either outrunning itself or it's short stroking. It might just need a break in. This can is rated for full auto. Not sure why. Oh, and it has a fluted barrel. Forgot to mention that. Okay, so this might be a magazine issue. As I got lower in the mag, it started to function and it ran fine at the end. So it could be a mag issue. These mag springs are really stiff in the last few rounds getting to 23, there's a lot of spring tension. Back here, when you're jamming that mag up, I do feel a lot of resistance on the rear of the case in the magazine. Obviously, as brass fills in any imperfections, if there's some burrs, if on either side of the mag, there's a little crimp. Even though the round is getting picked up, it was sitting almost like it was kind of pressed up against that crimp. So when we have the malfunction again, we'll take a little deeper dive into it. It could just be mag tension's just really strong right now. Gun needs to break in. Here on the gun, it does look like here on the chamber, there's a line forming across the caliber. Looks like there is something putting a tiny bit of resistance on the chamber of the barrel. So any of those interferences, typically on a brand new gun, can cause stoppages. You know, I carry a $4,200 Staccato XC, and I had stoppages for my first 500 rounds till the gun broke in. So this is kind of like a Ferrari cartridge and a really lightweight gun. You're not going to take a brand new RX-7 72mm turbo, drift build out of the shop and then go do donuts and burnouts with it because you'll blow your motor. Guns do need break-in periods, so could just be a break-in of the pistol. All right, let's rock and roll. It's hard to tell where the malfunction's coming from. After filming this video, we reached out to PSA to let them know that we were having extraction issues with the rock, and we came to the conclusion that it might be a bad chamber. So PSA got us a replacement barrel almost immediately. We installed it in the gun and we test fired it, and it runs absolutely flawlessly. Malfunction that we were having was a less than savory unpolished chamber. The barrel we received had no quality control issues, and their customer service rectified the problem beautifully. All right, first 10 rounds, the round isn't extracting, it's just living in there. The next 8 to 9 rounds, we're getting extraction, but we're getting a failure to feed. In the last 6 or 7 rounds, we're having flawless functionality. If I was a betting man, I would say this is a magazine related issue. And we're not saying the mags are bad, we're saying there's so much spring tension on these new magazines that it's causing adverse pressure against the slide. It's slowing the slide down enough that once shooting's suppressed, it's not extracting, then it's trying to extract, and then as that spring tension lessens, it runs fine. So I think the recoil spring is correct for this gun. I just think the mags just need to break in for suppressed shooting. Let's get you off. Outside of suppressed shooting and the magazines breaking in, I mean, it feels like a nice shooter. Even when it's running on the bottom of those magazines with a can on it, it runs. It's smooth. It's a soft shooting gun. And it's, again, too early to tell if those malfunctions are going to be long-term or they're just purely, if they're just purely magazine related. If you asked me if I would buy one if I had the $590 to spend on a 5.7 and that was your budget on a 5.7, I'd buy it. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. But in my life, there's only one 5.7.